Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Remy here today, and I'm going to be telling this story I debated on ever telling on my channel. But I'm going to be completely real with you guys. I am not perfect. I've said before I've never done anything bad in my life, which is a complete fucking lie. Unsubscribe to me because I'm a liar, everybody. But, yeah, I'm going to be telling you guys this story about how I may or may not have gotten expelled from my school for doing drugs. This has kind of got a lot that goes into it, actually. It's kind of serious, kind of now. I'll kind of make it into a funny thing. But yeah, for a little background knowledge, it's kind of a little fucked up, a little depressing shit. But before this, I was going through a lot of shit with my dad, and I'm trying to say this is an excuse by any means, but I was going through like a lot of shit with my dad. Me and my dad were fighting every day. I couldn't do anything. My dad grounded me from everything. I was pretty much locked in my room because he didn't. Didn't like how he had this new girlfriend. It was just a lot of personal family shit, and I was going through a lot. I guess I was really rebellious at this time, and I was 15, sophomore in high school, first semester. Like, it was right after summer, all this shit was happening. And by the way, that summer of sophomore, or going into sophomore year or whatever, is when I got back into Xbox and started being a nerd again, got into watching phase videos and trick shotting and shit at that time. And around like that school year, I started to get really bad grades because me and my dad were fighting a lot, and he kind of found out any way to piss me off, and he grounded me from my Xbox, and I did not like that whatsoever. I started getting into a lot of bad stuff. I started kind of hanging out with different people, and one day before school, I decided to take a lot of a drug for anxiety. It's called Xanax. And I took a shit ton of it, and basically, if you guys don't know what that does, it makes you very relaxed. It basically kind of makes you somebody act and feel drunk. And sorry, I'm not trying to sound like a goddamn documentary right now, but I'm just gonna explain it in the most simple way, I guess. And I'm usually a very shy person around people I don't know, and not at all around people I do know, but this drug basically gets rid of anxiety, and I kind of have social anxiety, not like a fucking serious thing, but I have a little bit of social anxiety, and I don't do the best talking to people I don't know. And this day, I just talked to everybody. I was a completely different person, which I didn't really care for. I was enjoying that I was able to talk to people. And right as the stuff started to kick in, and about probably third period, especially, I had to give this speech. It's a very big speech in the speech class we had to take. And I was a complete fucking idiot and did not think about that. So here I am, barely able to walk. I can hardly talk. Like, actually, I could talk, but I did not have any coordination whatsoever. I kept running into doors. I kept just doing random stupid shit like that. Like, I could not walk. So I forgot to print off my speech before I had to go. So I went out to print off my speech in the computer lab, which was right outside the classroom. And I fucking slammed my hands in the door to start it off, and I just walked away like nothing happened, and the whole class stared at me. Apparently, I don't remember this really, but people told me about it. And then I went off, printed my speech off, came back in, and you're supposed to be kind of professional. You're supposed to stand like pretty professional and talk fluently and not stutter or anything like that, and take phase adapt ×3, and take phase adapt under the influence of a lot of drugs, and that's basically what I sounded like.
But yeah, but I love it so much. Just like all.
And then the teacher got very suspicious that day. That was only third period, and all my classmates knew what the fuck was going on, especially my friends. So I got a fine. Nothing happened during that period other than me giving a shitty speech. And I've had random people tell me I just talked to people I never knew that day. Like, people months later would come up to me like, "Oh yeah, you're that kid who got expelled that time," and I don't even remember talking to them, and apparently I had conversations with them that day. I kind of blacked out a lot of the day, I'm not gonna lie. And so this is where it kind of gets interesting. My last period of the day, I was in this English class, there's probably 20 minutes left, and my vice principal comes in and asks me to go out to the hall with him. I knew what this was about. Everybody in the school, I guess, pretty much knew I was fucked up, especially the teachers. This guy called me out, and I was like, oh my fucking god, I am screwed. And so I walked out of the classroom with him, and this is so much embarrassing shit's about to happen. I fucking ran into, like, my shoulder bumps into the fucking door frame. Like, I was walking like a drunk retard. Like, my arm just ran into the door frame as hard as I could, walking fast, and he looked at me, he's like, are you alright, son? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine, you know. And we walked down to the principal's office, and the nurse like took this vital things of me or whatever, like did my I don't think that's the right word, but she did like my blood pressure, looked into my like eyes to see if my eyes were dilating all right. And I asked her, I was like, so am I all right? And she was like, no, you are very, very off the charts right now. And I was like, oh fuck. And I was like, I promise I didn't do anything. I was just trying to pull it off. I did not do anything. I didn't have anything on me. I didn't really do that kind of stuff. It was like the first time I ever tried anything like that. And they searched me and everything I fucking owned to make sure I didn't have anything on me. And if I would have had any of those on me, I would have gotten felonies and I would have gone to jail. Luckily that did not happen. At the end of the school day, this is right before the end of school, like I said, he walks me out to my car. I look my dad in the eyes. My dad's like, what the fuck, why is my son being walked out by the vice principal and the principal? And then he tells my dad, your son is under the influence of drugs. We don't know what, because I obviously did not tell them I did drugs. And then my dad had to take me to this fucking hospital to see if I was alright, to see what they put in, like what I took. I wasn't going to tell anybody. I wasn't going to admit to anything. Sure enough, I still got expelled for the whole entire rest of the semester, and that was the worst 2 fucking months of my life. But the only good thing that ever came out of that is that's when I started doing YouTube. That's when I started doing my first ever commentaries, like the December of 2014, I believe. So that's really cool. That's honestly, if you guys ever have heard people say like everything happens for a reason, I definitely believe that. So that would have never happened. I probably would have just not ever gotten back into YouTube. I probably would have never even done YouTube at all, and probably been in a different place right now. So that's the only good thing that ever came about it. Sorry this is so long. I just wanted to tell you guys a story. If you guys ever want any more stories like this, just let me know. Yeah. I got expelled from school for doing drugs, so you guys know now. Biggest news ever is gonna be on Scarce. So yeah, that's it guys. Bye.
I'll be yours.